Okay, so we're now on to two ratio problems, and let's get into it. So the ratio of, in fact, let's get a highlighter out. That's going to be very useful for this one. It says the ratio of red to blue counters is 2 to 3, and the ratio of blue to yellow counters is in a ratio of 3 to 5. Write down the ratio of red to blue to yellow counters. Now, when you first see these, there's a lot of information going on, but if we show it visually, it makes it a lot easier. First of all, right, the question is asking for the ratio of red, R to blue, B to yellow counters. There we go, R to B to Y. Now, first of all, it tells us red to blue up here is 2 to 3. So there we go. You can literally see you've got 2 red counters for every 3 blue counters. And then similarly, you've got blue to yellow is 3 to 5. There you go. Now, this is kind of showing what's going on visually. If we look over here again, right, we've got red to blue, we can see is 2 to 3, 2 to 3. And blue to yellow was 3 to 5. And I want red to blue to yellow. But you can see here, for every 3 blue counters, I've got 2 red, and because the blue is staying the same for every 3 blue, so the blue parts are both 3 here, which is really, really important. Okay, it's 3 and 3. I can just go and say, well, when there's 3 blue counters, there's 2 red, so there we go. And also when there's 3 blue counters, there's 7 yellow, so there we go. Sorry, there's 5 yellow, 5 yellow. So you can see the ratio of red to blue to yellow is just 2 to 3 to 5. This one is more straightforward because they give you the same amount of counters for blue. Because when there's 3 blue, there's 2 red, and when there's 3 blue, there's 5 yellow. So when there's 3 blue, there's 2 red, and there's 5 yellow. And that's your answer for the first one. Now, they do get more complex because you'll see in this one. We've got the ratio of red to blue is 1 to 2, and the ratio of blue to yellow is 3 to 2. Write down the ratio of red to blue to yellow counters. Now again, let's go and visualize this. So first of all, we've got red to blue is 1 to 2. There you go. And then blue to yellow is 3 to 2. But you can see here the number of, well, actually, first of all, what is important here, which I didn't mention previously, was for this to work, you need to have the same color appearing twice. So you can see you've got blue and you've got blue occurring twice. And that's really important. Otherwise, this won't work. So you've got blue twice. But this time, the number of blue counters are different. You've got 2 and 3, so you've got to make them be the same by finding a common multiple. So we can do this ratio times everything by 3 to give you 1 times 3, it gives you 3 red, and then 2 times 3 gives you 6 blue. Okay, and then we can times this ratio by 2, because 3 times 2 is going to give you 6 blue, and then 2 times 2 is going to give you 4 yellow. And you can see now, really importantly, you've got the same number of blue counters, which is really important, which means you can easily compare what's going on. So you can say when you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when you've got 6 blue, when you've got 6 blue, you've got 3 reds, which you can see. And when you've got 6 blue over here, you've got 4 yellow, which you can see over here. And that's your answer. But let's show how you would go through this using the method that you would use normally. First of all, write down what you can see. Right, red to blue, you can see is 1 to 2 in the question. And blue to yellow is 3 to 2. What I've done here is I've upscaled it. I've times it by 3 straight away. Okay, but also, right, I've got red to blue 1 to 2. Blue to yellow is 3 to 2. It's the same thing as what I've done previously. But it's just kind of going through the process of how we do this in practice. Now, I've times 1 to 2 by 3 because then the blue part is going to become 6, which is what I want. I can go and times the ratio of blue to yellow by 2 because 3 times 2 again gives me that 6, which is really important because then you're comparing 6 blue and 6 blue. And of course, 2 times 2 is going to give me those 4 yellows, which is over here. Okay, so this over here is the visual representation. This is the method that we go through. And the answer is 3 to 6 to 4. You want to get the color that occurs twice to be the same in both. And then you're going to be good to go. And you get your answer. Okay, so now we can just get on to the actual questions of this, and hopefully that visual representation made it nice and clearer to what is going on here. So we'll go through a couple of my turn, your turns, and that is going to be it for ratio actually. So let's go through this one. The ratio of x to y is 4 to 7, and the ratio of y to z is 7 to 3. Write down the ratio of x to y to z. Now let's go through this. Now, so I want to find the ratio of x to y to z. And I know that x to y, okay, is 4 to 7. I know that y to z, so y to z is 7 to 3. And importantly here, you can see the y part, okay, in both is exactly the same. So when there's 7 y parts, there's 4 x parts. Okay, so when there's 7 y parts, there's just 4 x parts. And when there's 7 y parts, there's 3 z parts. So this one, more straightforward because the middle number is already the same. So x to y to z, you can see it's just 4 to 7 to 3, and that is simply your answer. Okay, so you can pause the video, give that one a go, and then let's go through it. So again, highlighting the keywords. The ratio of A to B is 2 to 9, and the ratio of B to C is 9 to 5. Get the ratio of A to B to C. Now, again, let's write down what you're trying to find. That's the key thing here, which is the ratio A to B to C. And what do we know here? A to B is 2 to 9, and then you've got B to C is 9 to 5, so 9 to 5. And again, this one, much more easy because the B part is already just the same. So when you've got 9 B parts, you've got 2 A parts. So you've got 9 and you've got 2. And when you've got 9 B parts, you've got 5 C parts. So because this number is the same, it makes it much more straightforward. And that is simply going to be your answer. 2 to 9 to 5 is the ratio there. Okay, now these ones are a bit more tricky because you'll see that the part is the same. So we've got C to D is 3 to 4 and D to E is 6 to 12. The D part here is different. Okay, as you're going to see as I write this all down, we can see first of all that we've got the ratio C to D to E, and C to D is 3 to 4, and then you've got D to E is 6 to 12. And now the part that it comes both is the D part, 4 and 6. They're not the same, and they've got to be the same. So what do 4 and 6 both go into? Well, the 4 times table, 4, 8, and then 12. The 6 times table, 6 and 12. They both go into 12. That's the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6. So what I can do with the first ratio is I can times 4 and times everything by 3. And with the ratio below, I can go and times everything by 2, because then the D part is going to become 12. So if I times everything by 3 on that one, 3 times 3 is going to give me 9. 4 times 3 is going to give me 12, which is good. That's what I want. And then for this one here, if I do 6 times 2, that gives me the 12 as well, which is perfect. And then 12 times 2 is going to give me 24. 24. So there we go. Right, now this part is the same for both. Okay, that is my ratio, 9 to 12 to 24. And that is my answer for this one. Okay, so you can finish up now by looking at this one. Pause video, give it a go, fast forward to the end, and then that is going to be it for this video. And it says the ratio of Q to R is 1 to 4, and the ratio of R to S is 5 to 7. Write down the ratio of Q to R to S, and let's again write down what is going on here. So you've got Q to R to S, and Q to R is 1 to 4. And then you've also got R to S is 5 to 7. So you can see this part again, you've got the R part is different, which is not useful. So you've got to go and find the lowest common multiple again. And if you need to, the 4 times table, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And the 5 times table, 5, 10, 15, 20. They both go into 20 is your LCM. So we can go and put 20 down here. Now, to get from 4 to 20, you've got to go multiply through by 5, and then to get from 5 to 20, you go multiply through by 4. So you go and times through by 4. And 1 times 5 is going to give you 5, and then of course 4 times 5 gives you 20, which is good. And then the one below, you've got 5 times 4 gives you 20, and 7 times 4 is going to give you 28, and there you go. Because now the red part is the same for both. When there's 20 red, there's 5Q, not red, sorry, just R. When there's 20R, there's 28S, and that is your answer for this one. And hopefully that was useful. And I think that's it for ratio. So thank you for watching, and any comments, of course, you can comment below. Thank you.